How's it going? Dave from Comic Book Investments. Today I'm just going to tell a kind of interesting little story that happened on eBay that I always remember, and me and my brother always talk about it. Also, I will be doing a giveaway right here. Marvel Superhero Secret Wars number 894. Watch to the end, and I'll tell you how you can get it. Well, today it's story time. This one is going to be, I don't know how to categorize it, but it's just a very odd eBay story. So when we started out, 13 years ago, probably about a year into when we first started and we were selling on eBay, we had a customer. His screen name was Texas Toast, and he would buy from us pretty much every week, and he'd spend a lot of money with us. And he was fine in the beginning. He'd buy stuff every week and then pay for it, no big deal. And then all of a sudden he started to buy stuff and then not pay for it because we run auctions on eBay. More so back in the original when we first started compared to now. We didn't have that much of a selection as far as buy it nows go. And so he would buy, say, a week and then not pay, and then buy the next week and then not pay. And then we'd always hit him up on eBay, like, hey, dude, you have to pay for these orders. Oh, okay. And then he would just pay for random orders. He wouldn't pay for the oldest one. Sometimes he'd pay for the newest one. It was just so random how he'd pay. And after a while, we realized it's like, hey, dude, we need cash flow. We need for you to pay for this. And you have like 4, 5, 6 orders that you haven't paid for. And so what we did was we were like, look, you can't bid anymore unless you start paying for your old stuff. And then he wouldn't listen to us, and he'd just continue bidding. So we'd block him. All right, then he would open a new screen name, Texas Toast 1. And he would bid on a bunch of stuff and then not pay for those. And it was just very odd. He just we'd hit him up and he'd be really nice. And he's like, yeah, I'll pay. And then just pay for a random order. But then he'd have all these outstanding orders. And every time we'd ship, we'd always ship to like a new address. Like it'd always be like, oh, ship it to this address or ship it to this address. And it's never like the same address. So it was very odd. And he'd always, every week, he would open up a new account. He'd bid on some stuff and we'd block him. And then he'd randomly pay for an order here and there. And then finally we were like, okay, dude, like, do you want this stuff? He said, yes, I want it. I'm like, okay, well, until you pay for it all, you can't have any more. And he's like, that's fine. And I'm like, don't bid anymore. And then, sure enough, bid again, same thing, and all this stuff. And it was just getting such a hassle. It's like every week we had to block him because he would have so much stuff paid for, or not paid for, but he had bid on. And so we're sitting there, and we're like, we don't know what to do. And then one day it just stopped. It all went away. We never heard from him again. And it was very odd. And it's like, he'd always say like, oh, I'm going to pay, hold it. So we did, as opposed to just relisting it. And, we took a hit on all those fees because the way eBay works is you have to cancel the order in order to get your fees back. And then it just like stopped. And this went on for maybe a year, like where he would just, in the beginning he was fine, but then it was like we'd always block him and things like that. And then I think in the end we had like $40,000 of unpaid things he had. It's probably like a year's worth or so. So like $40,000 of unpaid stuff just sitting there. I think he had like maybe like $2,000 that was paid for. I think it was a very small number that was actually paid for. And so we reached out to him. Like he never responded. After a while, like those eBay things, there's no address signed to him. eBay gets rid of like old orders. I think we sent it out to the last known address. I don't know. But it was, this was forever ago, but it was like a ton of stuff. And it was just so odd. And he had no rhyme or reason what he's buying. He just buy everything and anything. Like, it wasn't like, oh, I only collect Silver Age, or only collect Marvels or DCs or something like that, or only Spider-Man. It was literally like sometimes he would just buy multiples of the same book if we had it like every week. If we had a Captain America number 100 week after week, he'd just buy it. And it was interesting. I remember talking to my dad, and he was like, "Yeah, I had a customer similar to that." And he said the customer he had was a guy was embezzling money through a company he either owned or worked for or something like that. And so the way he hid it was he would put money into comic books because they weren't traceable. And so, I mean, me and my brother were speculating maybe this guy was just somehow hiding his money in comics. So he was just buying everything he could, didn't care what it was. And yeah, I don't know. But for some reason, he just chose us. I mean, he liked working with us, but he chose us because we'd block him and like, dude, just go buy from someone else on eBay, right? But he liked us, so he'd just buy on us all the time, creating new accounts all the time. It's like Texas Toast 2, Texas Toast 15, Texas Toast 20, It was just like, oh, God. And like sometimes we would watch, and as soon as we saw some bids coming in from this person, we'd block them then, like right mid-auction, just because we knew what we were going to have to deal with. So that was very interesting. But in the end of it, yeah, it sucked because we didn't have that cash flow. But then at the end, we had like $40,000 of books we could relist. So it was very interesting. I don't understand why this guy would do something like this. And he was always had a new home address, and we'd ask sometimes, oh, this is my brother's, or this is my sister's, or something like that. I don't know. So definitely something really fishy going on. I couldn't tell you much more than that, other than he would get constantly buying from us, and we constantly, so it was very odd. But, and then he just disappeared out of the blue. Never heard from him again, no nothing. Never hit us up about the comics, nothing. I mean, we relisted them all on eBay. So, but yeah. I mean, we sent him the stuff that he paid for to whatever address we last used, even though he'd always change it. So there's definitely something going on. I'm pretty sure some kind of embezzling or hiding money of some kind. But we couldn't ever figure it out. But yeah, this is a tiny little story. All right, have a good day. So in order to win this giveaway right here, Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars 894, you just got to do me a little favor. So for all of you know, I am a musician, and I just got nominated for Best Pop Album of the Year in San Diego. So all you have to do is vote for me. That's it. Be subscribed as well, so if you could subscribe. But I'll show you how to do it. Very simple. Just go to SanDiegoMusicAwards.com. Link will be in the description. And you go down to here where it says vote for your favorite San Diego musician. Click the vote button. Go down to category 9, Best Pop Album, right here. Best Pop Album. Love Angeles is my band's name, and the Scenic Route to Mars. Just click that. That's all you got to do. And then put down here your name. So I put down David. And then here in the email is comicbookinvestmentsgiveaway @gmail.com. Now you would put in your email address and your name. Don't put in my name. But this is just the email. You just click vote. That's all you got to do. Send me a screenshot of this to that email, and that's it. That's all you got to do. Once you vote, don't click this. This is like an ad. You just do that. And the thing is, you can do it once a day. So if you want, you can do it once a day, every day, and send me a screenshot for a better chance. Once you send me a screenshot to the email address, I'll randomly pick an email address, and that will be the winner. Once again, category 9 coming out, and this always changes. So it's always moving around. Like last time it was 3rd, now it's 2nd. Love Angeles, Senior with Mars, put in whatever your name is, Ben Riley, and then you put in your email address, and what are my email addresses? Love Angeles Music @gmail.com, I think is one of them. And you just vote, boom, just like that. And then you take a screenshot. That's simple. That's all you got to do. And it would help me out a ton. And yeah, and then like I said, it goes till the end of the month. So we're in June, so it goes till June 30th. So after that, the contest will be over. So that's all you got to do. And send me a screenshot to the email. Like I said, it's comicbookinvestmentsgiveaway.com.